We have had a plethora of stinkers in 2024, therefore I mark 2024 the year of the stink for video games. We had developers like Ubisoft running around doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do, and games like Concord. No, it's too soon, I won't talk about that game, not yet, but we will. In today's video, we are counting down 3 of the biggest video game failures in 2024. We're talking commercial bombs, we're talking critical bombs. The game just has to suck, it has got to be a big old stinker. At number 3, we have Skull and Bones. Oh, Ubisoft, when will you ever learn?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
Skull and Bones is a game where you set sail into open seas and where you and your friends can engage in riveting gameplay and ship-to-ship combat against other players and their ships, hunt for treasure, and customize your pirates. So imagine Sea of Thieves, but like, not good. Skull and Bones started showing red flags even before release. This game was set to come out and it was delayed not once, not twice, and not even 3 times, but the game was delayed 6 times. It was originally announced in 2017 for a 2018 release and ended up releasing in 2024. And just to make things worse, this game started development in 2013. We are talking about a decade of development. Just imagine the cost. It is said that this game cost anywhere from $600 to $800 million to make, and with a total player count of 850,000 players all time, and mind you, most of these players were probably playing the 8-hour free trial, and there is absolutely no way they even came close to breaking even. I believe it's safe to say that Ubisoft lost about $600 million making this game, and what really annoys me the most about this game is that Ubisoft also made Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, the game that in my opinion has the best ship-to-ship pirate combat that I've ever played. Supposedly that was the vision for Skull and Bones back in 2013 when they first started developing the game, and then somewhere along the decade of development hell, the game turned into, well, whatever the hell it is now. Okay, well, let's stop picking on Ubisoft just for a little bit and go on to our next game here. Boy, do I hate this game. When Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League was first announced in 2020, I was so hyped. I mean, Rocksteady, the developers behind the Arkham series game, making a Suicide Squad game, what could possibly go wrong? When you have been following video games for as long as I have, you can start to see the red flags from miles away. The game was delayed twice, and the co-founders of Rocksteady left the company mid-production. I knew this game was cooked, and Warner Brothers was still rubbing their hands together to take a chance to steal our money. And even though the game was announced in 2020, it has been in development since 2013. And then, to top it all off, during a showcase of the game, when we are finally shown the game at a PlayStation State of Play, it's announced that it is a third-person shooter with live service multiplayer. So, a third-person shooter live service multiplayer co-op game that absolutely nobody asked for. That was it. I knew from right there that it was over for this game. But it seemed like I wasn't the only one who noticed this, and the game was immediately getting ripped apart online and getting disliked ratio to all hell. On launch, the game sold okay and it was met with mostly negative reviews. Even though it generally sold a lot of copies, it was nowhere near the amount it needed to sell for Warner Brothers Games and Rocksteady to make a profit. It is reported that the game caused over a $200 million loss in total for Warner Brothers. The only saving grace of this game is that it was Kevin Conroy's last time voicing the Batman in a video game. Rest in peace, the GOAT.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Okay, now I can talk about the worst game of 2024 and what might go down as one of the biggest failures in gaming history. Of course, I'm talking about
a game known as Concord.
Concord
is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy.
Concord was set up by Sony to be their new flagship competitive multiplayer game, a 5v5 shooter similar to the games of Overwatch, Paladins, or even Valorant. However, what do those 3 games have in common besides, actually being good games? Well, they are free. These live service games work when they are free and are easy to get into. Concord launched with a $40 price tag, and when there are so many other games that do the exact same thing but better and are free, there is absolutely no reason gamers will want to spend $40 to play Concord. And that is why Concord only sold 25,000 copies. Do you have any idea how little 25,000 copies for a AAA title video game is? And let alone a AAA title video game that cost $400 million to make? Okay, now also keep in mind that this is a multiplayer only game where you need full teams to play a game, and 25,000 copies is just embarrassing. Now, a $40 entry fee can't be the only reason the game did so terribly, right? Well, the gameplay was also extremely mediocre and uninspired. The character designs and overall art style of the game was so boring and bland. It was just not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. Let's just go ahead and watch this 20 seconds of uninterrupted gameplay, and you tell me if this is a game you want to play, or let alone spend $40 on. Exactly. Sony immediately pulled the plug, shutting down servers and giving players refunds only 2 weeks after launch. Concord will go down in history as one of the biggest failures in gaming. And as for Firewalk Studios, the developers responsible for this dumpster fire, well, they have been permanently shut down by Sony. And there you have it. Those are the top 3 worst video game failures of 2024. There's a bunch of other really bad games that came out this year. I'm looking at you, Star Wars Outlaw. I really love hating on that game. But let me know in the comments below if I missed any games or any games that should have been in this video. Leave it in the comments below. Thank you guys for giving me a little bit of your time. Hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one.